Adonis, can you do a game where you speak your thought process? Do you guys want one? Chat, I wonder if you guys want an educational. You know, I'm actually so surprised how much people enjoyed it. I love your informative videos. Thanks for the easy and great educational jungle video. This goes to challengers so soon after the season starts when all the other blessed players are trying to do the same shit. Kinda crazy. Oh my god. I don't know, like, people have actually been enjoying it. Adonis is because no one really does informative jungle anymore, especially on Hackram. Really? Okay, I'll teach you guys how to do it then, I got you. Alright guys, Laura's making me a tea so my voice is less raw. It's fucking raw!
It's fucking raw!
Rule 1 of being a jungler. What is it, guys? Rule 1 of being a jungler, the game starts in champ select. Think about your lanes. Seraphine Jinx versus Maokai Syndra. How does that lane play out? Very aggressive early. Bot is going to get maybe level 1 shove, but it's going to be contested wave. Level 2, there's going to be an all-in fight, okay? How does top lane play out? Aatrox versus Sion. That's a bit of a brawler matchup, right? But we don't really want to play towards that because we have a tank top laner. Mid lane matchup. Zed versus Echo. Echo shoves in pretty much every mid laner, so Echo's going to have perma prio. And now the jungle matchup, right, is that Viego can full clear, can also 3 gamp, right? Step 1's done. What's step 2, guys? Who remembers? Step 2, every single game, what is it? What is it? After you learn the game, what do you do? This way, if he walks in, we're going to have vision of him crossing through here or crossing in. And now we start on wolves. Alright, so now the game starts. Okay? We're going to have to look at all our laners and see how everybody's doing. So, I'm going to ping off my buy-ins so they know that I want to look for a play on them. So, it looks like our buy-in's getting shoved. I'm going to try again to like ping again that want to gank. But if they don't listen to me and they keep shoving, then we're just going to be forced to reset. So top lane, it looks like top sprawling, so we could actually look for a gank on level 3 if our bot keeps pushing like this. So it looks like bot lane just doesn't stop pushing, so we're not going to be able to gank bot this game. So we're looking at top lane's fighting a lot. Mid lane is getting shoved in like we predicted. So literally like the lane state of all 3 was all predicted, right? The only difference is that I wasn't expecting my bot to like shove in this hard, but it's okay. So we're going to play for reset. Out of base, we're going to run straight to our Krugs. This wave state is actually going to slow push towards Sion. Do you guys want to know the reason why it's going to slow push towards Sion? It's because the wave is all the way backed up here, which means that the next wave would reinforce and push it out. But because Sion now uses W on the wave, it's not going to end up doing that. So I tried pinging 100 times for my buying to like not push up. They did, and then they died. It is what it is. So now Sion's proxying, then nothing we can really do about that. Viego's going to be resetting, and then he's probably going to head towards top if I had to guess. So now we're going to take this. So we're looking at our mid lane because we want to see if we can maybe gank after top crab. I don't think we'll be able to. So now I'll just hit this scrying orb so I can see if he's in the river. So we see Viego in the river, but since he's in the river, that means he didn't do his blue. So we know that he's going to be on his blue buff because that's like the first camp he's going to do after he clears, right? So we're going to run in like this. Right, and then we're just gonna keep Q-Sacks off this, and then we're gonna run back. The enemy is all like coming down here, so that's why we don't really want to fight. Eyes up in 1. Okay, so I mean, listen, they committed 3 flashes there for me. Was that worth it? I don't fucking know, but it's what they did. So now we're going to get a longsword, and then we're also going to get a glowing mode here. So now out of base, we're going to want to look for wolves. Actually, so I was going to look for wolves into, yeah. So most junglers here would say, oh, if Viego's going to insta-gank bot here, I'm just going to look for his topside invade. The reason why that's not a good idea, though, is because if there's wards here, then I get countered on the play, right? But now since Viego's topside is still up, he's going to be forced to farm it, which means that if I do my wolves and my gromp, it actually makes it so I can secure the dragon for free, no contest. So that's why here what we're going to do is we're just going to say fuck it. We took the early L, it is what it is, and then we're just going to play dragon. So I'll just ping my bots like hard shove. So now I can't use any more pings, so I'm just going to type in chat. There we go. And then I'm going to use my controller here so that we have like vision on him. And now we just go on the Viego, who has no flash. And then we're just going to turn on all of them. Focusing Maokai because he's the lowest. Now focusing the Echo. I'm walking here because he could E over this wall, which he does, and then now we just secure the free kill, eat shit, and now we can play for reset. So now I don't want my Seraphine to walk back to lane. Sarah, grubs. If Seraphine walks back to lane here, it just makes it so we can't take the grubs, so we're going to spam pingers so let's choose whatever what we want to do, and then we're going to play on these grubs. Scion, come too, Zed as well. So now we're going to be playing on the grubs, we're going to be forcing them to respond to this. Viego's entire top side's up, so we know for a fact that he's going to be here. As I walk towards the grubs, you guys are going to see that I press Q on these little raptors. Why? So I can get my Q stacks. That way now when I enter this fight, right? Look, we already have our Q stacks. See? So now we enter the fight, we already have our Q stacks. The enemy mid-jungle both die. Perfect. Not too shabby. So now we're going to walk back, and we're going to get this, get the grubs here. We know for a fact that Viego's going to be going back to his top side after he respawns, because every single one of his top side camps are up, because he never farmed them from earlier. So we have two options. The first option is we can be a nice guy, and we can let him farm. The second option is we can say, fuck you motherfucker, and we can invade him. Now the problem with the second option is that if his team rotates and they help him, it's really bad for me. But I just hit level 6, so we're going to do that. So now I said Echo has 6. Alright, so we actually almost made it out there. It's just a bit unfortunate that the that I was getting like literally 1v4'd, but you know what? We'll take it. So now, on our reset, we can start building more components for Axiomark. It's looking all nice. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play for a bot to top full clear. It's because there's no objective to play for bot or top right now, but the red buff is coming up in 35 seconds. So if I sit here and I'm like, oh, I'm going to full clear bot to top, then by the time I get there, my red's up and I can just take it. The one cool thing about this play is that if Viego starts on his Krugs and he clears upwards, then there's a chance I could actually also contest him too. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play for the Wolves, right? I'm going to look at my lane states too. We're going to look around. Looks like Zed has shove. So you know what? We're going to ping Zed to invade, right? So now we're going to say, Zed, hey, you can look for a play here. So now Zed's going to walk in, right? He sees Viego's there. That's a bit sad. I mean, it's just like sad as fuck, you know, like the Maka is just perm roaming right now and then they just like caught him like that. So now the enemy Aatrox is like 30 HP. So I mean, I could look for a top kill. The only problem is I feel like he'd reset by the time I get there. He wouldn't. Okay. So we're going to look for a top kill here. I'm going to pop my ghost right now just so I can get the movement speed I need to get to him before he goes away. Start using the E. And then we just R out. The reason why I wanted to like E, WQ, and then R out is because if I didn't, I was a little worried there that there might be a chance that I take too many turret shots and I die, right? So I'm going to ping him to be careful because we know that Viego will be topside because he was clearing from bot earlier. So we're just going to be taking our Krugs. We're going to ping him one more time so that he understands. And then we're going to play for reset. We have our Axiomark on back, so I'm going to ping my team that want to take Dragon. So I'll type it as well. So now they're aware like, hey, we want to do drag, and then we're going to do Axiomark, we're going to stun Ruby Crystal too, and then we're going to start building towards Shojin. So we're going to clear all the vision right now. And then I'm going to pick my team here. And now we can look on the Maokai. He has no mana, so this should be a free kill. Alright, perfect. So now we force out the Maokai flash before the fight even breaks out, and then we just take this for free. Actually, perfect. I wanted to wait until it was halfway through the air because I knew that if I would have waited, then I could have cancelled his Herald Dash with my E. So something that I could have done is I could have actually pinged my Seraphine to go do the grubs because there's a very good chance that Viego ends up trading the Dragon for grubs, but it looks like he's not actually. Perfect. So I'm just ult over the wall, we get that kill, my team secures Dragon, then I can just play for a full clear bot to top. We're going to be considering the grubs here, but it's completely fine because I can just get like, I got so much gold, I'm literally like fed enough to 1v on this game easily. So the thing is that we see that Viego's blue's respawning, so I'm going to ping my mid lane and be, or my support and be like, yo, you want to play on this here? So I'm going to use my E now so I can get there in time. And then... Oh, that was bad by me. Okay, so I'm going to start pushing. And then now we know that the blue is respawn, so we're going to take... Actually, no. Nah, my bad. Nah, like, I'm going to be honest, that was an emotional play. I was like, nah, for all the counter you've given me this game, I'm going to give you some counter. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this blue, and then afterwards we see that the Gromp is respawning too. So the chances of Viego coming here are really high. So I'm going to ping my support that wanted to like sit in this bush. So now she's just going to sit in this bush and she's going to wait. If Viego walks up, she sees him and dies instantly. If Viego doesn't walk up, then we just kill this Aatrox that's pushing. And we're good. Nice. I should have enough gold to actually get my Shojin, so now we're on 2 items at 14 minutes. Very good. Actually, I'll reset right now. So now we see that our entire jungle is respawning, so what we want to do is we want to say, you know what, fuck it, let's actually just full clear because we can take the opportunity to. And then we're just going to play for blue to Krugs, just full clear and we're going to be good. So it looks like the enemy team is all forcing on the sound, so what I'm doing, you're seeing that I'm queuing as I walk, so I can keep my Q stacks. The only thing is I don't think it's good to go for this fight, and the reason why is because the enemy CC that they have, it's just like really fucked up for me, because if I walk in and Maokai W's me, and then they chain see me, I can get bursted. So that's why this game, I really want to make sure that I'm like saving myself until I can get my Serax on my 3rd item. So I can get the tenacity that I need to really like go wild on them. So Echo's split pushing top lane. I could skip my top side camps to try and deny him from getting the turret. Truth is, I don't think I would be able to. So we're just going to take this right now. So while you're clearing your red, when you're on this map, you can actually clear both these at the same time. And then there you go. And now we can actually look on the Echo too. So I'm not going to use my E-auto here because he was going to use his ult. And now we can save it for after when he actually uses the R. See? That's why sometimes it's actually better to hold your E-auto like that. So now we're going to use our Oracle lens. We're going to walk in. I walk back a little bit so I can sidestep the 3rd Aatrox Q, and now we can play on the Crab. So Crab is already taken, so I'm going to probably set my sights to the Gromp that just respawned instead. I'm going to pick my team that want to play on this Herald. Actually no, the better play is to look for the Dragon instead. Because the problem is that Herald is going to take so much time that the enemy team would actually have the ability to get a good position on the Dragon. But let's say we do the Dragon and the enemy does the Herald, then we could actually get to the Herald when they're halfway done with it and we'll just be able to contest them regardless. So now we're just going to look on the Dragon and we'll be good here. So I'm looking for potential fight. I have a smite advantage right now on the Viego. Oh fuck. Wow. I think I'm actually dead here. I'm gonna have to kite back. Nice. Trying to like... Fuck. I actually got hit by every ability I tried dodging. I deserve to die there. That was fucking horrible. I mean, listen, I fucked up my smite on the Dragon and then I just like got hit by every single ability that I tried dodging, so... that was fucking absolutely horrific. Well, that was like a pretty serious misplay actually. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna be looking for the Q stacks off of Raptors, and then we're gonna try on the Herald. When you're at this stage of the game, around like 15 plus minutes, you have to understand that the game state changes, okay? So a lot of people, junglers especially, they keep this like one-dimensional view where they think that the game revolves around their camps, okay? If I have camps, I full clear. If the enemy has camps, we invade, right? But the truth is that the game is played around objectives, right? So around the 15-minute mark, right? That's when you're going to start saying, okay, what is up? What can we play for? But what I mean by that is you always want to set your sights on an objective and then just play for that objective, right? So there are two types of objectives that you can play for as a jungler, okay? I want you guys to listen to me. You can play for turrets and you can play for epic monsters, right? So as a jungler, your priority 99% of the time is going to be the epic monsters, and the turrets are going to be like the last thing on your list, right? Unless your team is like super hard inting and you need to play for the turrets because you can't contest the objectives. So that's why here the objective was we're going to play around for the Herald. So we look for a fight around the Herald that allows us to play for the Herald, right? So then after this, so that's why now what we're going to do is on our reset, we're going to say where do we want to play towards? Well, I have 3 bot side camps up so I can farm that. And then when I finish those, I see that my Zed's going bot. So I want to hover my Zed bot for the inner turret. The only problem with this play though, thinking about it more, is the fact that Atacon spawns. So like in season 14, that would have been the best play, right? Where we just send Zed bot, we hover Zed, and then we're good. But in season 15, because Atacon is spawning topside, well, actually I want to play towards topside. So it's like, instead of it being we're playing for the bot inner, now we're going to play for the top inner, because that's where we can play around the objective, right? So you always want to hover the lane that's nearest to the objective that's spawning, because if you don't, it gives the enemy an opportunity that they can sit there and they can take it, right? So imagine me and Zed were balling, we decide, hey, we're going to kill the enemy. Oh, well, guess what, guys? Now we just lost our fucking Atacon, you know, for no reason. So that's why you always have to be extremely aware of, like, okay, what's spawning on which side of the map, which side of the map should I be on, how do I play for it, like, what objectives should I be going for? So Hagram can actually function as like a standalone side laner, so that's why right now I'm just going to shove out the next wave too. And then I'm going to ping my team like, hey guys, like keep pushing. It looks like they're collapsing on our team, so we're just going to like allow the enemy team to go for that collapse. If they all die, it is what it is, we're going to get the inner turret. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to W here so I can aggro the Gromp. That way I can get my Q stacks off the Gromp. And then I'll sit in this bush and wait for Viego to walk into me. So now Viego walks in, he ults. That's not going to do anything, and we insta-kill the Viego. And now me and Seraphine are actually going to try to 2-man Atacon. But then Maokai shows up, so now we have to switch our sights to Maokai. He's out of mana, so we focus him. I'm going to dodge the Syndra E, and I'm going to want to target her because she's the highest priority damage threat. She flashes, so now I'm going to wait out my cooldowns, 2 seconds on my E. Walk back here, maintain Q stacks off the Gromp. WQ, try to kite, right? Auto this, and then try to finish it for the heal. Perfect. And now we can play for out. My team ends up getting the Syndra, so now I'm going to kite more, go in on him, try for the kill. And that's why I'm the best Hecarim in the world, guys. So now we're going to play for the Atacon. The thing is, I don't have smite, so... So now we finish that. Now there's no chance of us getting contested, now we can play on the Atacon. And now we just get it for free. So now we're going to reset, we're sitting on 4,000 gold, we're going to grab the Death Sands, and then if I get an Elixir of Iron, I can legitimately do whatever the fuck I want them and they just lose the game. So the next objective to play for, we look at the map. You always want to play outside in, so it means that you try to like kind of collapse the map in on itself. So that means we're going to be playing on the bot inner turret here. Okay, so now I'm going to ping him to shove, and then we're going to look for an invade on the enemy jungle. The reason we're doing this is because we want to keep Q stacks off of camps, right? So you have to understand that, especially when you have the kind of lead that I have right now, you literally just want to sit there and fuck with the enemy team and just take everything from them. So now we're just gonna ult on the Seraphine. And then we're just gonna 1v fucking 5. And then we're just gonna 1v fucking 5. And then ult for a little bit of BM. So now we see Aatrox is mid. We don't have a wave bot, so we want to like look towards the mid turret so we can actually open this, because without a wave there's nothing that we can do there. And then we just play for the Synab. Now we're gonna run out, and now we can actually look top. I'm gonna play for the camps though, because I need to get mana. It's interesting. Your mom broken Maokai. Holy shit. And now we're just gonna ult on the Echo and one-shot him. And just like that, we win the game. 20 kills. You see what I mean? So that's the thing. When you want to learn how to jungle, that's what you gotta do, guys, okay? It's about awareness. It's about knowing what to do on the map. It's about identifying objectives, playing for them. And then it's about 1v9ing every fucking fight like the demon you are, right? So that's how you do it. Does that mean we're 8 wins away from channel? Let's see. 500 minus 227. Divide that by 22. 8. So 8 wins away now. Dantas, when he enables full informative mode, is like if Superman didn't hold back glazing. Because you guys want to know what the thing is, though? Like, I'll explain it to you. So the reason why, when I'm informative, I actually 1v9 games way more consistently is actually because I force myself to do the right thing, right? It's not like I'm going to sit there and I'm going to tell everyone, like, alright guys, now I feel like inting, so I'm going to randomly walk mid and try to kill the enemy ADC for no reason, lose my shutdown and lose the game, you know? So it's like, when you constantly force yourself to give yourself direction, and you're like, yo, I'm going to be looking for this objective, a play that sets us up, like, that's literally what you need. It's about having that direction, you know? Rule 1 of jungling, guys. The game starts in champ select. So, let's look at the lanes.